What's up everyone, and welcome to this POV review by Autotop NL. My name is Max, and today we are driving the all-new 2019 Mercedes AMG G63, the all-new G-Class, and it is a magnificent car. I can tell you that already. I am absolutely in love with this car. We both are. It is so awesome to see that Mercedes has kept the G-Class as it is. Saying that, you know, it's not entirely true because practically everything has been changed on this car. You can see that the looks are a bit different as well. There are a little bit more rounded edges on the entire car, so stuff like this. It used to be all straight. It's a little bit rounder than before, but it still has that cubicle look that is so quintessential G-Class. We've got a white one today, diamond white, which is not the best color for this car if you ask me, but it is cool to see with the optional night pack this car has, with all the black details contrasting against the white, is pretty cool. 21-inch wheels, AMG wheels of course, V8 bi-turbo badge. The side pipes are still here as well. You can see the rounded edges again here. G63 badge, spare wheel, and an AMG badge. New rear lights. There are only 4 parts on this car that are the same as in the last G-Class. Let me show you all of them. Number 1, the headlight washer jets are the same as on the previous one. Number 2, the door handles are the same. They are still awesome. Number 3, the spare wheel, or at least the cover for the spare wheel. And number 4, the sun visors. So those 4 are the only 4 parts that are directly from the old one. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to hurry up a little bit. This is also new. We have the M178 4-liter V8 bi-turbo with 585 horsepower and 850 newton meters, which is a lot. And it replaces the old M157 5.5 liter V8 bi-turbo. Getting in. That's not closed properly. You have to really close it hard. Awesome clicking sound. That metal crush when you close the door is just awesome. In here, I think this, together with the development of the new chassis and the new body, this interior is one of the biggest changes on this car. It is all modern. We have all the regular Mercedes-Benz stuff. A lot of stuff from the E-Class. We have the virtual cockpit stuff with 2 12.3-inch screens. We have this very cool air vent unit with the 3 locking differentials on there, which is the only car that has this. We have some new seats, which is a big improvement as well over the old G-Class. The old G-Class, it was like you were sitting on a crate and you were sitting very upright, not very comfortable, and that is a big improvement on this car. It has grown, so the exterior dimensions have grown. It's longer, wider and higher, but the interior dimensions have grown even more. So they have really tried to stretch out the interior space, because this was a very big car, the previous G-Class, with very limited interior space. So that was always a bit strange, and they have really improved on that. Rear legroom, for instance, has grown by 15 centimeters, so that's a lot. Driving wise, you know, it was not a very comfortable car, as I said, and that was partly because of the seats and the limited interior space, but also because it has a leather frame and it had a very rugged, solid suspension setup, which they have changed as well. So the front suspension is now double wishbone, which has been mounted directly onto the leather frame, and that was very difficult to do. The rear still has a solid mounted suspension unit, but that front end is much better now, because you actually have some turn-in, you have some direct steering inputs that translate into the car moving left or right, while in the old one it was just guessing how much steering input you needed to go somewhere. All right, while we're on this little straight here, I'm going to Get the draggy ready. Keep in mind, it is raining, it is very wet. Of course, we have all-wheel drive, but we also have 850 Newton meters. So we don't have launch control. We're just going to do a little brake launch and see what we can do. Here we go. Oh man, wiggles about 4.4. It does wiggle about a bit, and it does sort of struggle to get the power down, but it is violent, this car. It is so quick. And that's also because it has the new 9-speed automatic gearbox. That's also a big improvement. You just feel that everything that they have done to improve this car has mainly been to modernize it and to make it more comfortable. Let's see if we can do another one here. Why not? Here we go. No, I don't think that was quicker. Ah, it was 4.38. So we actually managed to do a 4.3 second 0 to 100 earlier, which is just mental. By the way, if you want one of these draggies for yourself, it's mounted up there. You can buy it in our store. Go check it out, ignitioncollection.com. You can measure your own car's performance, which is pretty cool. So, as I said, the body has had a lot of changes as well. So we've got a lot of composites, we've got aluminium fenders, aluminium engine cover or hood. The roof is new as well. They have used all these new types of welding to make it stronger, lighter. Overall, the chassis is 55% more rigid than before. So all these changes just to make it sort of modern. This really is the most drastically changed G-Class ever. I mean, it has never been changed this much. And there is a very legendary man at Mercedes-Benz. His name is Dr. Gunnar Guthenke, and he is responsible for the G-Class at Mercedes-Benz. And his sort of internal name is Mr. G. How cool is that? And he said at the introduction of this car that there were 3 types of customers who buy this car. One, the ones who need an off-roader, who just need a really good off-roader to take it anywhere, commercially or just for fun. Number 2, people who buy it for the aesthetics. You know, they just want this car because it looks this way, because it's so boxy, because it's so sort of old school off-road, go anywhere vehicle. And number 3, the people who just want the craziest AMG you can buy. And well, I would say that this definitely is the craziest AMG. It is so extravagant. Oh man, it's coming down hard now. Go windshield wipers, full speed. Of course, this windshield being so upright means that, you know, everything hits it full on. They actually, you know, they could have improved the rake on the windshield to make it more aerodynamic, to make it, you know, to make more space here for the dials and stuff, but they didn't. They just improved it by less than 1 degree. So it's still this super upright window right in front of you, which is just awesome. It's a view like no other car. You have this big hood with those external blinkers, which cost 5 times as much to develop because of modern safety regulations. So they really went out of their way to build this G-Class the way it's supposed to be and the way people want it to be. Even though it's, you know, not the most aerodynamically efficient shape, it's super heavy because of the leather frame. There are so many sort of reasons not to do it, but they still did it, which, you know, you have to respect that. I have to say that driving it on the Autobahn at higher speeds, the stability and the comfort has improved by so much as well. It's really, you can really drive this car over longer distances now, and in the old one I sort of felt like I wouldn't really be able to do it for that long because it's so uncomfortable, because you have so much wind noise. But it's a lot better now. this car is limited to 220 kilometers an hour because we don't, that's the limiter, because we don't have the AMG driver's package. If you would have the driver's package, that would be 240 kilometers an hour, which is pretty fast in a G-Class. So we'll do a pull from like 80 kilometers an hour or 100. No, now. There we go. So it actually picks up really well. You feel that 4-liter V8 bi-turbo is much more aggressive than the old 5.5 liter. I think the 5.5 liter did sound a bit more like, it was a bit more like barky and thundering at lower speeds than this is, but they have definitely tried to sort of capture that essence in the sound engineering for this car. So if we put it in manual and we'll go to 5th gear and floor it, you do get that sort of low thundering sound, especially when you open the rear windows, of course, because you have that side pipe exhaust, which, by the way, is one of the reasons why off-roaders have a leather chassis, a leather frame, is because it also protects all the vital elements of the car. So it protects the fuel tank, the exhaust system, stuff like that, which I didn't know. I just learned that today, which is pretty cool. And because they have mounted that new multi-link suspension at the front directly onto the leather frame, and they did that as high as possible, it still has a better ground clearance than a Toyota Land Cruiser, which is also pretty impressive. Oh man, I love this. I love this car so much. It's so much better than before. Alright, nothing behind me, 80 kilometers an hour, 5th gear. Here we go, 850 Newton meters, let's go. Much faster than before, and it drives so much nicer too. So this, it truly is a reinvention of an icon. It's just, it still has kept that icon status. If you ask me, if you see this car, you know, on the road, if you see it parked somewhere, it's still like that super cool car to look at. It has something really special, and it has sort of character, which not many cars have these days, and you sort of bond with it immediately because it has a personality, which is really cool. Oh man, I'll open the rear windows for you guys so you can hear it a bit better. Oh, awesome. Okay, so we're back in the Netherlands. Fun is over. So I'll end this review here. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right here. You can also check out this POV review of GAD Motors G63 with 1000 horsepower.